Good morning, everybody. Ev, how you feeling, dude?
Good. Happy Tuesday. Nice little long weekend. I know everyone probably crushed it yesterday, it seemed like, but ready to get back into the swing of things.
For sure, buddy. Yeah, I know some of us couldn't keep ourselves away yesterday. It was kind of like a typical low volume day. I
Yeah.
feel like you got that holiday kind of vibe. It can just trend in one direction. I am
Yep.
not surprised to see us fully recover that overnight. It did this last week, didn't it? Where it sold off at the end of the day one day and then the Asian session fully recovered it. I feel like this happened one day last week. Yeah, right here. Remember? Dumped Wednesday afternoon, and then
Yeah.
by market open on Thursday, we're back at that same price.
Yeah. Especially since it was low volume, like you were saying, it's really just like there's not enough to counter one direction. That's just gonna keep on drifting that one way.
Mhm.
Um, and then I wonder if kind of like how you were saying, of like since we retraced a good amount of it in like the last hour, is that the type of day where we see that Asia session continue that bullish momentum just to, like you said, fill it all up?
We'll see. I mean, we're still inside that range, right? From the Trump candle, 5,500 down to you could call it 5,000 is really the bottom here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think someone mentioned weeks ago of like a start a month view up. We're now back below that from April
Mm,
1st, April
mm.
2nd,
Get that on
but
here.
could quickly get back above.
Mike, good morning. New Black Shirt Club member. What's up? Caesar, what's up, dude? Yeah, so Mike joined yesterday. Me and him had a call.
Yeah.
He works for a bank up in New York. So I was like, dude, you'll be a great fit for the Black Shirt Club. Come around a bunch of guys. Did you see Collins this morning, dude? Low key.
And what? And what chat?
Look, Black Shirt Club
I
chat. Just
didn't.
got my first payout. Big thank you to everyone in the group. Special shout out to Mr. Bruce for helping me get all this thing across the line. Collins never speaks. So I don't hear from him, but I love to see this.
Silent
Gotta,
assassin
yeah, gotta love
working in
that.
the dark. Nice.
Dude, do you remember when your first payout was?
Yeah, I mean, vaguely now, but
Right.
yeah, there's
Right.
that's like almost like obviously it means more like the second one, because
Yeah.
like you're not retiring off that dollar figure. The dollar figure means nothing, but like what it means to yourself once you get it is like what you hold on to.
100%.
So for like
Um,
anybody, if it's your first one, even if it's 1,000 or 10,000, I don't really care. I'm just like, that's sick. You got your first one. Let's keep going. That's
dude,
awesome.
100%. And then like the belief you get, you know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean? Of
it.
like, okay, I can actually do this.
Yeah,
I got a podcast this weekend. I don't know if you know Raul. So he goes by
I
Divvy
do.
Trades. You know him?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
keep up.
cool.
Yeah, I think he was in New York this past weekend.
He is. Yeah. He has one of the biggest communities in Latin America. But what I didn't know is that he's now partnered with the Global Trading Institute or whatever Burns company, Burns Skorupinski. He's working with Burns as a mentor because Burns like hires guys like us and Divi, and he brings them in and they teach their unique thing. And he
Mm,
was talking about all the fundamental stuff that he's learned from Burns about like the this book basically of like they look at the trades that are being carried over I think it's called the CTO. I can't remember, but it's a very interesting conversation, super casual. It starts off with him talking about how he got pulled over every time he comes out of the airport because he's from Colombia. He's like, I must be flagged or something, bro. Because like no matter what, he's like, I get pulled over and I get stripped and I get searched. I always want to touch me. And it's like, so it was a funny start. But we'll do a giveaway on that too, everybody. If you're a podcast follower, every Saturday, thanks to Top One Futures, we've been doing these giveaways. So that's exciting.
yeah.
But yeah, back to this. Still inside the Trump candle.
Yeah.
We
I
could be for
mean,
a while.
because what was it, 500 points? And
It's
then
huge.
kind of dried up a
600. Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. So let's get Bookmap up and running. Anything hot on your mind this morning, bro? I mean, the stocks look pretty green here on the right side, you know? Apple's up, everything's up pre-market.
I mean, it's an inside bar day because yesterday was so clean one direction, even pre-market into the just even more drop at the open. That I mean, I can honestly see it going either way, as I do most mornings now, just because you never know. But I mean,
Right.
volatility wise, it had to have dried up a little bit, just in terms of the changeover to where we're at, 45 points. I mean, that is like a day a couple months ago, but I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like it's as quick and oh my god, we just moved 50 points in those last 10 minutes. Um, but still definitely larger than average of what we're used to.
It started last Monday. Like the volatility started to dry up last Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
So,
was disgusting price action.
yeah.
Tuesday was disgusting.
Yeah.
Um, it's been gross.
I haven't looked at NQ much. It looks about the same. I mean,
Yeah.
trends once established are likely to continue, right? Definitely in a little bit of a downtrend right now. So these things will need to do some work. I'm actually I took full profits on that QQQ trade and everything. So I'm literally just sitting in cash in like my brokerage account. I really don't think I can buy anything until we take out that VWAP. You know what I mean? Because I watched Brian Shannon's weekend video, and he's like, "This is a broken market. This is what a broken market looks like. You don't buy stuff like this. You buy when we start to take out this VWAP. You buy when we start to show a bottom with some strength." He said what he's looking for is something like on ES. He was looking at SPY. He's looking for something like here, 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 and then back up, something like that, where it like dips, hits that low again, and then goes out. You know what I mean?
Interesting. So another leg lower.
A lot of people are saying that. I had a good tweet from that guy, Roy, that we can talk about. I wanted to show this to you. That one, that Charlie one is interesting. Where's the Roy one? I think I retweeted it too. Yeah, right here. So it says, in a bear market, which we're currently in, I have found that often it pays to simply observe and stay on the sideline until trend changes. Like I just said, there is no leadership today. And other than day trading, there is no edge. Your edge is to sit and wait while most market participants get chopped up. If you're unable to sit and objectively wait for perfect setups, you may need to consider asking yourself, am I disciplined? Discipline moves the needle over time. Jumping in and jumping out breeds anxiety and generally inconsistent returns. The M in Can Slim is the most important characteristic of generating consistent long-term progress. When the indices are in an obvious downtrend, it's almost impossible to find true market leaders. For Wes and me, his partner, the position and action in the indices are supremely important. When this bear market ends, it will birth a bevy of innovative new leaders. Wait for them. The advantage you have managing your personal accounts is you can be patient. Ignore CNBC talking heads, and you don't have to be compelled to do something. When it's unclear, don't force it. It is unclear currently how the tariffs resolve themselves, as well as whether these uncertainties put us into a recession. FOMO is counterproductive and the enemy of a properly aligned mindset. Thought that was good.
I mean, geez, that's quite the paragraph there. But I
It
mean,
is.
who was that? Who was that again?
This guy
Charlie?
Roy, he
Roy?
runs he's a Can Slim trader. He runs this this website, IFS Investment Company, IFS Financial, Integrated Financial Services, financial planning, asset management, stuff like this. You know, they want your money. There he is. Roy and Wes, they run the portfolio.
I mean, honestly, yesterday with the big move down, I had to assume stocks also carried lower, right? Yeah. I really didn't even look much at the stocks. I just kept looking at ES and NQ continue to make new lows after new lows.
Oh, dude, it was a crazy sell-off yesterday.
Just one direct. There was literally like one pullback, and it was like 6 minutes worth of bullish candles, and then just came in the sellers again. So it was almost like easy, if you want to say it. Not even just like one of those days where it's like you could just close your eyes and sold it.
Yep.
That probably was true.
Yep.
But even just like low day view up breaks, simply those kept following through and following through. Because yeah, it's almost like there was one. I don't want to. I think it was maybe after Thanksgiving. That's like the most recent one I can remember. Where it was like a bank holiday after, and I took a trade not off of New York VWAP, like not a full pullback. And people like asked me why I was like comfortable taking that when I'm normally saying full retest, and it's almost like I was assuming there's probably not enough gas to have that many. It was a long, so like that many sellers come in to give us that deep pullback. I think we just keep drifting and drifting and drifting. This might be the best pullback we get, and it was. So similar to yesterday, like it never even touched the New York. So if that's like your only criteria to get into a short, which isn't bad, you wouldn't have even gotten a single trade. But there was clear trend and clear direction that you'd want to be able to try to maximize on. So either you have to be a little bit more comfortable saying, I know it's not off New York, but it's worth the risk to me because I think it's in one clear direction. I think it's a good price. I can get a good stop. Let me give it a try. Or, which we'll go over on AceFX TV here in a little bit, is the handoffs yesterday were working really well on those low volume days when it is just moving one direction. I really don't really use the handoffs, but I'll look to put them on on days when it is just moving away from New York, never even touching it, that I need some other layer that I could try to work with, then the handoff will come in. If it's like a normal day, I could always assume that it'll probably want to come back to New York. I don't necessarily need a handoff. But on a day where it's just overextended, we're not showing any signs of buyers stepping in, and I want to work myself off a level, I'll play with a handoff. And yesterday just kept bouncing right off those. So hopefully someone made some money short yesterday in the chat.
Just so everybody knows, if you're living under a rock, Evan and I will be live on ASFX TV at Market Open, and you can use the discount code coming in on screen here. I'm still lagging on it. Yep.
Yeah.
It was just lagging. Yeah, use the code Evan right there for 50% off your first month. I'm looking at this, bro. This is probably important. Sunday into Monday. So this is start of like that week, but it's also that Monday low of this big range we're trading in. We are right under that VWAP right now, bro. Right underneath it. So Brian's definitely looking at that. I know he's probably looking at this low from yesterday as well, right? Like if we take that VWAP from yesterday's low, definitely shorts, right? People yesterday were speculating, hey, after such a sell-off yesterday, if we bounce into the close, we could bounce a little bit more today. I kind of, like you said, I could see it really going both ways. But seeing this red VWAP now, I probably would want to be long above that, especially because of how hard we rejected it here overnight. Probably would want to wait for that to be taken. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, view up alignment would tell you to probably want to long it. Not that red one, but just our 2 ones of previous days in New York. We're well above that. And even just today's overnight, that's just clean higher highs and higher lows. Now, does that sustain through the open? We could easily just drop at the open, continue what we were doing yesterday, and then it's just going to look like a lower high to start the week. Because when we have on ES high week, yesterday's high, I feel like we'll call it 5,300. So like we're still 70 points below that. That I'm not going to wait to be a buyer until up there, but it is still falling this week from yesterday into today. So how the open does shake out probably will be determining what I'll be looking for in like 10 o'clock, 10:30, 10:15. Because there's no news today.
No news today. I was just
nothing
going
at
to say.
all.
And
So,
like I like 5,300. There is still a gap there from the week too. Maybe above 5,240, 5,250. We're long into 5,300, something like that. To not even necessarily to fill the gap, just to get to high of week. Even now, seeing that yellow VWAP above is the Trump tariff pause VWAP. We could be headed up towards that. But I think if we take this and hold it, you'll have a higher low here you can use as the stop potentially. Like let's say opening range sets somewhere like this. You could look for trades off the bottom of the range out with a stop down here, or mid range with a stop here or here, So I think there's probably some potential for longs today. We'll watch that VWAP. That's previous day VWAP. Yeah, I mean, like yesterday, once it cut that low VWAP, it's like sellers just stepped right in and haven't come back. You know what I mean? So what that is saying, everybody, is we anchor a VWAP to that Sunday changeover into Monday. That's the lows right now. By doing that, we're saying if we're above that, the people who have been buying since that price are in profit. If we're below it, they're losing money. So if you started buying the average weighted volume price since those lows, sellers stepped back in and took control at 52.30, call it 52.40 yesterday. So right at that same price today, I can't be a buyer, but I think I could be a buyer up here in 50s and 60s. Because here, this, like you're saying, this could definitely be a lower high. Even more.
Probably not talk about that enough in terms of like VWAP of like I always just say VWAP this, there's a VWAP there, but like what does that mean?
Yeah.
And like what you just said of like since this low back there, anyone that's bought it is now coming back into profit on average. That is how you actually read the VWAP of what it means, and on a break of this and a hold of that.
Yep.
For anyone that didn't know, they're not just lines on the chart.
Yep.
That is like, okay, what is it telling me? That people from yesterday's New York, if they sold it, they're now not in profit. We're above that. Okay, on average. So just playing around with those VWAPs and reading it and get a little bit better of a read on sentiment. Anyone trading gold? No one. I mean, there's some people in our mentorship group and just ASFX as a whole that trade gold, but us too, no. Haven't really touched it in years, probably. But what is it now at all-time high again? Just continues?
It's ripping, bro. It's crazy.
Continues.
3,400 on gold. Yeah, look at that thing, bro. It's been an amazing month for it.
I'm sure I can find like old markups, like on my other laptop of like markups on gold I have, and I'm sure the price is at like 2,000.
We got to be near a top because people are saying, "Oh, I'm converting my whole portfolio to gold." Now, right now. Now you think that's a good idea? No. We got to be near a top at some point here. This is in my opinion of gold, like this is parabolic gold.
Is that a
60.
daily? What is this?
This is a daily. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
parabolic. Like it doesn't usually move like that. It's supposed to move like this. It's supposed to be a
Yeah.
store of value where it slowly goes up and down, but more up than this is now becoming a meme stock. And we're not in a fucking war, so I don't understand why it's acting like that. Do we want to take any pre-market trades here, bro?
I mean, the play would have been to play the bounce off that overnight view up at like 8 o'clock. Yeah, right off it. Put on the high day view up. Set at like 3 a.m. London Open. You just took that out about 3 minutes ago. Little high now.
Wait, say that one more time. Sorry.
If you took like the bounce off the overnight view up at like 8 o'clock, put that bounce play. That would have been your opportunity for a long.
Yep.
Anchor a high day view up to like the London Open, which just happens to be the high day. Buyers
Yeah,
took that out a few minutes ago.
You'd be like you're saying something like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're just running right into this VWAP here.
Well, yeah, if you take it off your chart, you're not.
Oh, duh.
Only there if you want it to be there.
How's YM look? Okay.
It was choppy. But now it's picking up.
You got to think too, like from a macro perspective, participants that are big players, they don't want to play with uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how much money has left the stock market in the last few weeks and it's just sitting in cash? Like I just said, I am. You know what I'm saying? I would be curious to know if we could figure that out. I follow this guy, Seth. He actually lives in Florida. He has some really, really interesting charts sometimes. Last week, S&P fell 1.5%. The ratio of New York Stock Exchange weekly advances to declines was almost 2-1. Best reading since 1940 for all weeks when SPX fell 1 to. I'm seeing there's a major inflection, major leadership inflection. Interesting. Last time I checked, they told us it would take 24 to 36 months to develop a COVID vaccine. 9 months later, first day, Peru, raise your hand. I see staff on the way down. They're going to have to put capital work soon. Yeah, see here, Goldman Sachs, systematic and CTA positioning. Oh, yeah, like, look, they're basically not long at all. Systematic positioning in U.S. equities is at a multi-year low. Hasn't been this low since they started buying the COVID dip. That's interesting. This is for Goldman. So that's what I'm saying, bro. There's people for sure sitting on the sidelines just not participating because of uncertainty. Yeah. XAU USD is trending. Let's go see all the Forex. What is that, dude? Look, Telegram and a MetaTrader picture. Good old days, dude. The good old
Forex pair.
Good old days.
WhatsApp, Telegram.
Yep. Chinese foreign minister. Yeah, look at this. So let me repeat this back to you. You financed your Coachella ticket and your Uber Eats order? Dude, I heard 60% of Coachella tickets were financed. You shouldn't be going to Coachella
How
if you have
expensive is it?
It's expensive, dude.
Even for like just like a almost like just like a general admission, like you're just going there.
It's like 2 weekends.
I guess, yeah. It's a bunch of concerts that I guess you're almost like paying individually for, but they just wrap it up in one.
$649 just for general admission. $779 if you want a shuttle. VIP starts at $1,400. It's not cheap. Car camping's $160.
I mean, just make more money.
No, for sure. But if you're financing this trip, you shouldn't even be going. Is the point? You and me could go.
About how much money they're spending on, and they're spending on drugs to go there. I mean, that's going to double their costs.
No, they don't do drugs at festivals.
Oh, never mind.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Tanner wasn't there, right? He was at some other one a couple weeks ago.
He was at another one.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not a festival guy.
Not at all.
Not at all, dude. I went to one. I went to Firefly up near you. You know that one?
I've heard of it. I didn't know it was
I
up
went
here.
there once. I saw
I like
DJ
a good
Jazzy Jeff.
concert. I like concerts.
Yeah, just camping in a tent and shitting in like next to the tent, just not fun.
No, I mean like I'm going to the concert for like 2 hours and then I
Go
was gonna,
home.
yeah, like I don't need to stick around all day. You
I'm
ever
trying to
go
go
to
to the
any
concert
concerts
tomorrow.
at like PNC when you were
Yeah,
up in Jersey?
yeah.
That one's nice. It's outside. You're almost like tailgating. It's mostly country songs.
I think I puked there. I puked there. I think I puked at the BB&T in Camden too. Good old days.
Burning Man, yeah, man, what a disaster that would have been if you found me at Burning Man a couple years ago.
Could you imagine
No,
Evan at Burning Man? Oh my god. S&P
that one
says
in
dude,
Vegas.
says the guy. And when you and Zach were at my house, you were like, "No, dude, give me my own room. I can't fucking. I'm not sleeping on the couch."
I didn't say that. It was just it was an unspoken understanding.
My wife understood your request for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I was on the couch all weekend, and my mother-in-law's.
Mm,
My brother-in-law took the bed, and then his mother. They only had one extra room, and they got other people living there right now. So I was on the couch for 3 days.
it's rough.
Rough.
What
Good
do
thing.
you guys what are you doing with all the stuff in your house? You like shipping it up north, or you just gonna get rid of most of it?
I'm gonna definitely ship it. We're gonna hire like a big ass moving company and a big truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if the buyers want the gym and the sauna. If they take my sauna, because that basement I showed you is so fucking big, I'm gonna try to maybe build the sauna into a room, like make it a room in the basement,
Yeah.
like an actual sauna room.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Nothing.
no matter what, you can definitely get it at the new place, whether it's in the garage, in the basement.
Yeah.
You build something in the backyard with all that acreage. You just you could build a gym. You could be like The Rock. You could build your little tent and
No.
just build your eye in paradise.
When you come once, if I get it, let's not say yet. I got to sell mine and da da da. But it's a golfer's backyard. It has
There you go.
slope. Like we could build a sick putting green and like a chipping area to the green. We could even build a bunker if we wanted to go all out, bro. Because it's not flat. So like you could just use the natural land
Yeah,
and
just
make
make
us
like a 130-yard par three.
oh
Just play
easy.
that
Easy.
every day.
Easy.
That'd
For
be
sure.
insane. Benefits of being out there.
This one the guy that owns this big farm behind the neighborhood. So the neighborhood's like 12 houses. It's small, 10 houses. Behind that, this guy, big construction company. He's been there forever, so he's probably doing very well. He's got a hunting stand right there. Like from my deck, I can see his hunting stand. So he's sitting up there shooting something.
Getting some deer meat, venison.
That's the good stuff. It'll be nice too, because like my family, they're not handy people. Now all these blue collar people from my wife's family up in Central PA, you need anything done, like it's like no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Electrician, her dad. Carpenter, her uncle. Painter, her aunt. Like it's like, what do you need? That's all they do up there. They don't. And then they see me with my little fingers. They're like, dude, grab that bolt and turn that bolt with your fingers. I'm like, with my fingers? You know, with my fingers? You know what I do with these fingers, bro?
Just give me a keyboard. Just give me a
That's what I'm
keyboard
saying.
and a
Like,
mouse.
that's in my area. Let me carry a chair or carry a table. That's about as handy as we're gonna get here.
I'll change a light bulb if you need.
Bro, and I might forget to turn it off and fuck myself up. You know what I mean? What are
So, yeah,
what are you hearing about top one futures feedback so far?
it's good. People really like how quick it is to get the payout in terms of like hitting like in an hour.
Yeah, a lot
Hitting the
of
bank.
speed on the payout.
Yeah. I think the max day loss rule is really good, setting in place like your own on the
Yeah.
Project X platform.
Yep.
Just in case, because
Yep.
you never know.
Everybody
You think
listening,
you have control of your tilt, but you do not.
use that code Evan in the bottom corner over there. That 50% off is going to end next week. So make sure
Yeah.
you guys grab accounts before the 50% off is over. I think next month it's going down to 40%.
Yeah, month is going by.
It is, bro.
Got the event in about a week and a half.
It's crazy. Oh, I wanted to show you.
Less than that. Whip it out.
And they're nicer than the last ones. They're like real thick. Can you tell the thickness? It's 0.999. Whatever.
Oh yeah. Nice little fade. That's jam packed right there. Do I get a minute to pee or what? God damn.
Yep. No peeing. Yeah, so
Shit.
sponsors logos came out crispy, and then like down here, people will scan this, and then they can submit their questions. So like if they think of something and they're in the back of the room, and you know how people are, they don't want to raise their hand. Cool, done. Oh, they think of something later that night for tomorrow. Cool, throw it in there. Let's go.
Yeah, that's nice. Looking forward to it. Gonna be
Yeah,
here before you know it.
dude, I'm pumped. It really is. I got to
Even
call
just
the golf. I got to call the
even
golf
just
course.
like the week that it is of like getting there, then you get the 2-day event, then you got the weekend as well. You go out to dinner, you go out for this. Like it's just a nice it's not just the event, it's the whole weekend.
It's nice vibes, bro. It's all
Yeah,
about
it's
the
just a nice
vibes.
weekend of being like, you trade.
We're all
You're
friends. We
all
love each
traders.
other. I love you, bro. I don't even
You're
know. I
all
just met.
traders. Holy shit.
It's true. It is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just such an isolating business. We all like think about talking on the computer, which we do, but it's just different when you're in person and you actually can sit down for a second and drink and talk and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I know Randy's flying first class. He's pumped. He gets in late Wednesday night. I think Wednesday night, you and me and the guys that are the speakers will do a dinner so we can all like game plan.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Yeah,
got to let me.
how long would that flight be for Randy?
Oh, it's
6 flights?
far. He's going from
Yeah.
Vancouver to Toronto, Toronto to Tampa.
Ugh.
Yep. So it's probably 4 or 5 hours and then 3.
Yeah.
Which isn't
he
that
did.
bad because like when I go from Tampa to Seattle, it's 6 hours direct though.
Yeah.
But other than being direct, it's the same thing basically.
Yeah, he just did Thailand, so he's used to it.
He's used to it.
Or he's had worse.
Yeah, for sure. And this time he's without the kid, so
Easy.
easy. A flight with a kid versus flight without the kid is way different. Hey, did you see Bruce took some payouts, bro? Let's give Bruce a shout out. Hold on, let me put this up on screen. That's my guy right there. We were on his ass now. $1,600 this month. Not bad so far. Two little $800. It's good. And then Collins, like I said, first payout, Tradeify, love that. Oh, and then just Mark Ross, dude. God damn it.
And then Mark Ross.
$5,000 right there, $4,000 right there. Randy, yeah,
So
there's
much
Randy.
Chipotle.
Randy's big
Doesn't
goal,
even know
dude.
what to do with it.
Randy's big goal was to get the payout before the seminar. So I told him that if he gets the payout before the seminar, I'm going to make him come up on stage and talk about it for 5 minutes. And now he got the payout, so he's going to come up and talk about it.
When did he set that? Like after Dallas?
Yeah.
Like
That's
that goal?
Yep, set the goal after Dallas. He was like, I'm not coming to another seminar without getting a payout. I said, okay, let's go.
I refuse.
It's good. You got to put your back against the wall sometimes. Yeah, I think now it's going to be like now that top one's paying out so much already, like $300,000 last week or whatever, bro. Like now all the FUD is gone. All the fear, uncertainty, and doubt on payouts is gone. Now people are just like, okay, so when do we see some live traders, you know? And I think they're going to be very cautious about who they move to live first. I know Brett Simba was being considered potentially as one of the first live traders, but I told him, I said, my only advice, I don't know how to run a prop firm, but I said, don't rush it. Like there ain't nothing wrong with going slow with bringing people to live. It's still very new company, you know?
Yeah. And then you got like you just don't want to have a lot of turnover of like, oh, he was live and then he got the boot, but now he's back live and then he got the boot again.
Well, and the thing they clarified on the FAQ, like if you are called up to live, you cannot choose to stay in sim. So they're going to be very careful with who they call up because they don't want to cause a bunch of problems, right? But once somebody goes live and if they lose it, they can start back over. You're not banned, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if they say, yo, you got to go live, you can't just stay in sim or just buy a new account and stay in sim. Like you have to go live or you have to leave, which is the right way. Like the goal should not be to sim farm. The company would be unsustainable if people just sim farm.
Yeah. Take those daily payouts on your live. Had a nice bounce off this overnight for the past like 45 minutes here. Heading to the open, we got 20 minutes until we jump over to AceFX TV. So again, use code Evan at the bottom if you guys want to join us for 50% off the first month. And then you could also even start a free trial to join us the rest of this week, except for Friday.
Our numbers are way up, bro. So people are coming.
They're
almost doubled and more than doubled.
What do they say? Build it and they'll come?
Yeah, I think that was what they said. But that might have been about football. I don't know if that was the same thing.
I think it was baseball.
You sure?
I thought so. Wasn't that the cornfield one?
You want to know what the first thing I did when I got back in Florida was?
Went to your dispensary. Oh.
Close. Gambling,
Both.
drugs, crime, it's
Green,
all the same thing.
green,
Yeah,
green.
I hit the Capitals last
You could
night.
do
They
it
were
in
tied.
Jersey though, but just not your book probably.
No,
Hard Rock.
dude, bro. Dangerous. I probably shouldn't be on DraftKings because there's a casino with a live dealer on there, and you just can put money in there and play from home. Like that's super dangerous.
Yeah. I played roulette for like a good stretch there where I was like, I'm in bed. What
Bro,
what am I doing?
there's a game you can literally just try to blow up a balloon, and if it pops, you lose.
Yeah. So I'm good here. But you're just gonna keep on pressing. You want to put some more air in that to get a little bit more money, and
Dangerous.
then boom.
Dangerous.
I mean, have you
Dangerous.
seen that the chicken one where it's like you're crossing the street
Yeah, yeah.
and then
Oh,
eventually you'll get hit by a bus where it's like
yep,
if you want to go one more,
yep.
it's like, oh, I would be so bad at that. I'd be
I'm gonna,
clicking
dude.
every single time.
100%, bro. I'm gonna stick to this. I hit the Capitals last night. They were tied 2-2 when I got home. Hit that. Ovechkin's not gonna fucking. He's winning the Stanley Cup this year, bro. Come on, come on.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
they're very good. Capitals are very good. So took the Capitals. They won 3-2, and then the Dallas Stars are really good, and they were down 1-0. So I took them plus 1.5. I win those mid-game bets on good teams that are losing on spread. I like that is like my
Yeah,
now
you never
go-to
want to
bet.
do the money line on that.
No, no.
Do you see the Oilers game or the
Yeah.
like
Crazy,
down
bro. They're
4-0?
good.
I mean, they still
They're
lost,
very
which
good.
sucks.
Yeah,
But
Connor David or whatever, right? Connor
Bet
McDavidson.
Dave, Patrick Bet David,
Right.
Con-
Whatever.
yeah, something like that. But they were down 4-0 and he tied it back up, which is insane.
5-0.
It was
They were
5-0
down 5-0
and then tied it back up.
and then lost.
Sheesh.
They still lost.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in the championship last year and lost it, so
Yep.
that'd be a real kick if they
Yep.
make it deep this time and again don't win at all.
Oh, they definitely could win, but I don't think they will. I think Washington will win because
Rangers didn't even make the playoffs.
it's the fucking it's the prophecy. Ovechkin scores the most goals, beats Gretzky's thing. Yesterday, he just scored. The only thing he hadn't done was score an overtime goal in the playoffs. Did it last night to win that bet. So now it's like he just has to win the Stanley Cup, and then we're done. He's going to retire. It's beautiful.
I mean, he's won
It's
the
fun.
Stanley Cup, but yeah, for this
Yeah,
year
but
specifically storyline,
right. He's
make a
so
nice
old. It's
documentary.
crazy. He's playing, bro. Like he's so old. How old? Like he's got to be 40 years old.
And especially
Right?
for the sport of hockey. I mean, you got to run a lot in basketball too. So like for LeBron to do it is crazy, but I mean, just skating all day, all these sharp turns on skates at that age, yeah, and getting
39.
hit.
He's 39, dude.
Yeah,
That's
and he's
tough,
probably
bro.
been playing since he was like 18.
Exactly, dude. Here you go from
Yeah.
Kobayashi letter 32 seconds ago. Another recession signal has arrived.
Oh Lord.
The copper to gold ratio has dropped to its lowest level in at least 40 years. This ratio has halved over the last 3 years. The decline has accelerated over the last month as gold prices are up while copper prices are down. A rapidly falling copper to gold ratio has historically signaled weakening in global economic activity. Previous major downturns in this indicator were seen during COVID and 2008. I just don't get the 2008 and the COVID comparisons. It's just so different. It's just so different. I'm not ready to compare them fully yet.
I guess that's all they have to compare, though. They got to compare by default.
Here you go, Crudelli. Working our way back down ever since the 90-day pause. The Bulls have been desperate for any scrap of good news to spark some momentum, but this grind lower tape just isn't having it. Yesterday was a textbook example of a low volume Monday with no real catalysts, and the market simply bled lower. Classic bear market behavior. The only bounce came in late session with a short squeezing, getting covered in the close, nothing but typical bear action. Overall, I remain bearish. If we can't hold 52.50 and we retest yesterday's lows, I'll be looking to accumulate puts. If 51.30 breaks, then we're likely staring down new lows of the year, one step at a time. Staring, like he means steps. Last time Crudelli called for bear, the market ripped its biggest day ever. I'm just going to put that out there. I love Anthony. But he said on that Trump day when Trump paused the tariffs that we were going to potentially go limit down in his morning note. We read it on stream, and then we made money on the pop higher. So best advice, everybody, is don't listen to anyone. Listen to VWAP. Don't listen to me and Evan. We don't know where we're going. We don't know where the market's going. Nobody does. But VWAP will tell you what we've done and where we probably go. Did you see those shoes I bought, Evan, for the fucking seminar?
The red ones?
Yeah.
Did you buy those?
And I bought a Hugo Boss shirt. So that's my my day 2 outfit, all black with the red shoes. They're suede, bro. They're suede, like throwback Nike retro.
Yeah, they look like for day 2. All black with the red. What impelled you to want to do that? Just feeling the red kicks?
Yeah, just I'm gonna do the red suit the first day. I got the maroon suit.
Maroon,
So yeah. Tanner called me. He FaceTimed me. He goes, "Hey, can I talk to you about this outfit thing?" I go, "Yeah, buddy. What's up?" He's like, I go, "You want a model for me?" He goes, "All right, I'll FaceTime you." I was like joking. And he fucking FaceTimed me. So then I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't want to be authentic. So like I don't really do suits." I go, "That's cool, bro. Like whatever you want to do, just look good. Like clean up your mustache, right?" That's what I told him. I was like, "Just look good." So he's like,
Yeah.
"Can I just wear these black shirts and these jeans?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like you just look professional. You know, fit your brand." I said, "I'm kind of the host, so I don't want to look like a schlub." You know what I mean?
It's really just like not sweatpants and like a graphic t-shirt.
That's
Or even
literally
just
all I'm trying to
jeans
say.
and a graphic t-shirt, like just clean. First
You're
day of
going to be
school.
on camera. Present
First
yourself.
day of school.
First day of school. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you don't got to wear a suit to school, but don't just be
Don't do,
sloppy.
dude. Your mom will
You're
be.
getting your picture taken today.
Don't be Austin, bro. You want to see all? If I could find my old pictures, bro, I would never get dressed up. My mom would try, and I'd be the one in sweatpants and a Nike shirt in the school pictures.
In class picture, I used to wear a football jersey. I don't know how I got away with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Well, you know what? They probably knew we were fuck ups, and they were like, just let them do whatever they want. Like, let the retards do
when he
whatever
makes
they
it
want.
to the NFL, they're going to be able to show back to these. They're like, look at that. He wore football in high school.
I know you saw my tweet yesterday about the fat people on the plane.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I mean,
choosing violence in the morning.
I got one person to DM me and say, "I'm unfollowing you for this," and he sent me the middle finger emoji. I don't know why, and I'm not going to ask why. But everybody else said,
probably.
Everyone, yeah, his picture was like an avatar, so probably. But everybody else said, "You're going to get canceled." But I'm going to use this as an example when people say, "Does Austin really speak his mind?" Because he ain't wrong. I ain't wrong. Math is math.
It doesn't make sense.
The math has to math, dude.
No. I'm gonna think. Especially, I literally saw a picture of that probably like a couple days before you did it. It was like a cartoon graphic of it. But it was like an oversized woman with like a 49-pound bag. They're like, "You're good to go." And like this skinny woman with like a 51-pound. They're like, "Oh, you fucking idiot!" What the hell is that?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just math. So it's like just call math. And if the person is literally 275, my whole family isn't even 275, bro. My wife, me, and my son combined are not 275 pounds.
What are we talking about? The bit from Sebastian Maniscalco on talking about that. Does the same thing. He's like, "We're all going on the plane."
Right.
He's like, "I'm taking out a tube of toothpaste, a boot." It's like, is this enough? Is this 2 pounds?
Literally, dude. I saw someone taking out jackets and that's what inspired the tweet. Is these old people? They're making them take out jackets and wear 3 jackets. Like all is going on the plane.
He's like, now I'm scrambling around. He's like, is this 2 pounds? I don't know what a tube of toothpaste weighs.
Exactly, bro. It is really
going on the plane.
You just encounter the lowest intellectual, like commercial air travel is one of the lowest intellectually, like, I don't know what the word is, but like there's no brains involved in it at all. Like they barely can schedule this shit correctly. So it's kind of crazy. And then you go to like, I was on Allegiant Air, bro, and like they hire old people that are retired. Well, they're retired for a fucking reason. Like they're old. They don't understand what to do. Yeah. Like old to the point where like you see all the people working there with the Allegiant shirts and they're like old, like, you know how when old people like scrape themselves, it turns like to a massive cut and they wear like big band-aids, right? It's like black and blue. Everyone in there had big band-aids on. That's how you know you're too old to be working. Big band-aids is a big no.
Band-aids.
Big band-aids is that you're way too old to be working still, for sure. In a situation where people are pressed for time.
Yeah. I need my shit there. Need to make sure I get all my bags.
And this lady, I was polite. Ask Riley. I will freak out, but I was very polite. And she goes, "You don't need to fly." Oh, ho, ho. What's your name? What's your name? Okay.
Betsy? Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Betsy.
we'll take care of that. The guy that was being a dick to me, his name was Craig Ditzler. Couldn't have been better.
What a dick.
He said out loud, bro, he goes, I can see in the computer system you got here without a birth certificate because you showed a photo of your son and your wife at birth. So I see that in the system, but I don't know what to do. And he's on the phone calling Allegiant headquarters trying to figure out what to do. And I said to him, I said, sir, you just said you don't know what to do. And then he lost it. I never said that. Don't you get belligerent with me. Riley is like, why are you yelling at him? It was crazy. He freaked out all because I repeated what he said, that he didn't know what to do. And I said, sir, if you don't know what to do, wouldn't it make sense to just let me go home? My driver's license says Florida. I can't get a birth certificate when I'm here in Pennsylvania because it's at home in Florida. And I got
Why would
y'all
you need
let
one
me get here
anyways? Why would you need a birth certificate to
to
fly?
put Leo in my lap. They wanted proof that he's under 2 or under 3. So I
No, you
showed
need
them.
his birth certificate.
Yes. So I literally
Oh,
showed the dude. I'm like, Craig, I don't want to show this to you, but this is my wife giving birth. Like it's nothing naked. She's laying there with a baby on her, right? But I'm like, do you think I want to show this to you, Craig? Like this is kind of personal. I don't fucking know you.
hmm.
Yep, he didn't care. He like all it took was him clicking a checkbox saying birth certificate presented, put in the birth date, check the box, and let me go. Like they let me get here. Nope. Everyone comes past me. I'm just standing there. He's on hold. They check the whole plane in. There's nobody in this little regional airport except me and the 3 of them. And then I asked the lady, I said, ma'am, can you come help us? He's already being helped. He's already helping you. I said, yeah, but he's struggling. Would you mind? What do you want me to do? And I said, okay. And then I walk away. I go, I said to Riley, I was like, was that lady just really rude to me or what? And then she yells again, I'm not being rude to you. He's already helping you. And I go, ma'am, I'm not fucking talking to you anymore. You said you can't help me. And then I started getting worked up because then I was like, stop barking at me, you fucking stupid bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm handling it with Craig. You just told me you can't help me. You want me to handle it with
Craig.
Craig and you're still barking at me. Stop barking.
Yeah. He's not helping me. He's just standing in front of me. He's not helping
holding
me.
the phone to his ear.
Yeah.
I don't at that point it's been 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm like, he ain't even on hold anymore.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Commercial air travel just blows, bro. It just does. Like I think I'd rather take the turbulence in the private jet over the commercial air, like just dealing with the people in the airport. They're just stupid. It's just sad, but it is like you're dealing with idiots.
and
People
the
that get paid
time it
no money.
takes. Gotta get there early. Gotta
No,
sit
it's
there and
terrible.
wait.
I'll take
Then
the
you're sitting
turbulence.
even more.
Yeah. How often is a private jet blowing up? Not that often. So if it's a little bumpy, fine. As long as you don't blow up, fine. Save me the pain of
I'll just lay on the floor.
right.
If it's bumpy, I'll just lay on the floor. I can't lay on the floor of this commercial plane.
You're damn right.
Just
Strap
lay
me
on the
into my
couch.
bed. Look, if I'm gonna die in a
Yeah,
plane crash, I want to be strapped to a bed eating chocolate strawberries. You know what I'm saying?
it's true. Yeah. I don't want to be in the middle row of 37. Like, fuck this.
Next to this fat dude eating chicken wings, screaming on the way down. No, that ain't how I'm supposed to die.
All just to arrive in Newark, New Jersey.
And,
Like,
dude, not to linger on the fat thing, but the lady working the desk, I would have guessed she was like 220. She stood on the scale. It said 268 because she was like tagging somebody's bag. So I was like, damn, bro, she's 268. And my bag can't be over 35 pounds.
yeah.
My bag is 6 of her.
Yeah. Chris Bumstead's not even 268. He's
Bro,
got to work on
imagine
some
if the
things.
whole plane was 260. What do they do? Say no bags? No.
If everybody on the plane was 260, yeah. If think about when they fly these NFL teams. All those, they got some big boys on there. They got the whole offensive line, the whole defensive line. You got some big boys on there.
They say it goes by the FAA approximates that the average human weight is like 195 pounds.
Okay.
How much you weigh?
195.
So to say that that's average when your height is above average is a little interesting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Right.
What's the average height? 5'8"?
No, I think it's lower than that now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of it makes sense. That's just never has, never will always be a nuisance. Thankfully, the last few times I didn't even check a bag, but a few times I have, and it just becomes an issue. I can fly my golf clubs, no problem.
Right. when they charge you $30 more for a carry-on than a checked bag and you're flying with a family, it just makes sense to do one checked bag rather than 2 carry-ons. You know what I'm saying? So sucks you, but I had to.
What we got here?
We're sitting on this VWAP, bro. I think we're gonna go right into stream here in 5 minutes with this.
Yeah. What's that? And where is that anchor from again? The low from like just the dip?
Yeah. That red VWAP is from the lows on the 6th.
Gotcha.
Bookmap says there's orders above us, but also down at 5205 too. So for everybody listening, we're going to leave right now. We're going to go get ready for ASFX TV. Use the link at the bottom, asfx.tv. Use the code Evan. That'll get you a free trial. And if you use the code, you'll get 50% off your first month. Come trade with us today. We'll be live every day this week, every day next week, always at market open. We'll talk you through the VWAPs. We'll talk you through the Bookmap. We'll show you how we're using Edgeful. We'll cover everything for you. If you want to just click the link in my bio, that'll take you there too. Just make sure you use that code Evan. Same thing if you're watching on Evan's Twitter page or Evan's YouTube. Click the link in his bio. Use the code Evan. Come tune in with us. We're going to be live in literally 4 minutes.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Ev, thanks for being
on there.
Yep. We'll see you on there. Let's get it.